Hi guys, welcome to your last subject, which is science. So for our science, the topic for today is the planets and other heavenly bodies. So first, let's go to the planets. Okay, the first planet nearest to the sun is Mercury, and Mercury is a planet closest to the sun. Okay, number two. Number two is the planet Venus. Okay, the planet Venus is the brightest planet, and at certain times of the year, Venus appears in our sky. So we do so we describe it as the morning star or the evening star. Okay? Venus is about the size of the earth but way less. It is also much hotter in Venus than on earth because it is closer to the sun. So Venus is the brightest planet, and sometimes we can see it appears in our sky, and we call it morning or evening star. Okay, it is the same size of the earth but a little, yung way niya is a little less. Okay po? And it's hotter, more hotter in Venus because it is closer to the sun. Okay, let's go to number three, and that one is Earth. Earth is the third planet from the sun and comes between Venus and Mars. It is the only planet in our solar system where life is known to exist. Planet with living things. Planet with living things. Okay, now let's go to the fourth one, which is Mars. The Mars is only about half of the size of planet Earth. It's only half of the size. Its surface has large volcanoes. Mars has a red surface. That is why it is known as the red planet. Okay? Hmm. Let's go to the next one, which is Jupiter. Okay? The planet Jupiter is the largest planet. You could fit 1,300 planets as big as the Earth into the entire space of Jupiter. Oh, super big. Again, you could fit 1,300 planet as big as the Earth into the entire space of Jupiter. That's how big it is, okay? And then Jupiter spins very fast that the length of the day and night takes only 10 hours. So sa Earth, we have 24 hours, but in Jupiter, it's just 10 hours, one rotation, okay po? One rotation is just only 10 hours. That's why it's fast. And Jupiter is farther from the sun than Mars, of course. Next, let's go to our next planet, and that is Saturn. The planet Saturn is the second largest planet next to Jupiter. Saturn is famous for the rings. This one, famous for the rings that encircle it. These rings are made up of an icy particles. To our naked eye, Saturn looks like a bright star. Okay? So this one is made up of icy particles, these rings. Okay po? Now, again remember Saturn, planet with rings. So let's proceed to Uranus. The planet Uranus is farther away from the sun than Saturn. It looks like a greenish yellow disk under a telescope. Uranus is a large planet. Its whole surface is far colder than the coldest place on Earth. Okay po? And the last one, Neptune. Neptune is the planet next to Uranus. It is a large planet but it is smaller than Jupiter and Saturn. So Jupiter first and then Saturn, and then next is Neptune. If we are going to arrange is from biggest, okay? Jupiter, Saturn, next is Neptune. It is also very far from the sun, and it is the coldest planet in our solar system. Okay, so let's review first. Mercury, planet closest to the sun. Venus, brightest planet. Earth, planet with living things. Mars, red planet. Jupiter, largest planet. Saturn, planet with rings. Uranus looks like greenish yellow under a microscope. Neptune is the coldest planet. Astronomers from around the world found out that Pluto has not passed as the requirements of being a planet. So, after many decades of holding its title as the farthest planet from the Sun, Pluto now was reduced to a dwarf planet. So Pluto now is known as dwarf planet, leaving 8 major planets. So we only have 8 now. Okay, namely Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune without Pluto. Okay po? So now, let's proceed to other heavenly bodies. Comets are heavenly bodies composed of two parts, the head and then the tail. The comet's head is composed of a huge lump of gas and dust particles surrounded with ice crystals. And then as the comet approaches the sun, the ice melts. And this so the gas and the dust are released. And the gas and the dust, which is stretched millions kilometers away, it becomes the tail. Okay po, kaya parang nagkakaroon ng tail yung comet. So, the comets are heavenly bodies composed of two parts, the head and the long tail. Now, let's go to meteors. Sometimes you see streaks of light in the sky. They are meteors. Many people call them shooting stars. Meteors are rock fragments which enter Earth's atmosphere. They burn due to friction with the gases in the upper atmosphere. So some large meteors may not burn completely kasi malaki sila in the Earth's atmosphere. So the small fragments can still reach the ground, and they are called meteorites. So this one is the meteors, or what we call shooting star. Now the last one, the asteroids and the planetoids. These are pieces of rock that can be found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. They called asteroids or planetoids. They also move around the sun together with the planets, the comets, and the meteors. Okay po? Now, please get your science book. Open it on page 332. So, let us answer what to do. You are going to choose your answer from the box here. The box, meteors, comets, asteroids, craters, Earth, and meteorites. So number 1, the shooting stars that you see at night are blank. Number 2, the pieces of rock located between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter are blank. Number 3, heavenly bodies with the heads made of dust and gas and have long tail are blank. Number 4, fragments of meteors that reach the ground are called blank. And number 5, the third planet in our solar system is blank. If you are not yet done, you can pause this video, but those who are finished, let's go to the next activity. Please open it on page 337. Okay, letter C, name the 8 planets, describe each one. Write them in correct order from the nearest to the planet, which is, what's this? Mercury, up to Neptune, the last one. Use the chart below, okay? You're gonna write the planets here and the description, okay? So work on it, and then if you are done, you will proceed to our assignment. Okay po, let's go to our assignment. Study for our quiz tomorrow and take a picture of pages 332 and 337. Then send it in our class dojo. Thank you everyone and see you tomorrow. Bye!